In this tutorial, I want to show you just how easy it is to set up custom delays with the Digitech TimeBender using a feature called SmartStrum. Now, I think the best thing for me to do is just set up a couple of delays. You can watch what I do, and then I can go in and explain some of the details after. So I've got the pattern knob set to the last position, which is the SmartStrum position, which means that I can now tell the box what I want it to do. So let's just try to set up a basic pattern here. So I'm holding down that pedal, and I'll tell it what pattern I want. Okay, let's turn the effect on and hear what it does with that. So you can hear that it repeats and echoes exactly the way that I just told it to do with that pattern. But I might want something a little bit different. What if I wanted that first downbeat I did to actually appear during all the repeats? Well, I can do that too. This time, I'm just going to play what I want twice so that it knows exactly what I want for the repeats. So we'll do the same pattern, I'll repeat it twice, and you can hear the difference. Okay, let's see what happened this time. So this time it did exactly what I told it to do. I told it that I wanted that downbeat in the subsequent repeats just by playing that pattern twice. So that's the basic idea, and now I can get into a little more details on how that works. Okay, so those were a couple of examples that show you just how quickly and easily you can set up different types of delays with the TimeBender. I'll go into a bit more detail right now. So the first point to remember is when you want to use this SmartStrum method to enter your pattern instead of one of the patterns that comes, pre-shipped with the box, you simply turn this pattern knob to the last position. The display will show you STR briefly, meaning it's in the strum mode. And then now I'm ready to teach it my pattern. So in my intro there, the first pattern I did was basically what I call the simple method of entering your delays. You start by strumming. That sets the start. That tells it to start timing now. And then any strums you do after that, up to 6, it will lay down a delay at that point. So let's show you that one more time. I'll hold the pedal down. You can see it flash the key there, E, briefly. Now it's flashing that P, saying it's waiting for my pattern. So I lay my first strum down to start things off, and then subsequent strums are the delays. So let's try that. So see what that comes up with. So you can see that it just basically repeated that all the strums I did after my first strum just get repeated in the delay. Now, in the intro, I also showed you something a little bit different. This is where you might want a bit more control. You may want that first strum actually to repeat each time, each iteration. And to do that, instead of just playing up to 7 strums using the simple method, all you have to do is just tell the box exactly what you want. If you play more than 7 strums, it will assume that you're trying to give it a repeated sequence. It will try to find what you meant by that, and it'll give it right back to you. So let's try that example where instead of just laying down the delays by these strums, I just tell it exactly what I want to hear in the repeats. So I'll do that right now. Let's try this. Okay, turn the effect on and we'll have a listen to that. So you can hear this time that first strum I did is repeated in. I'll just do the difference really quickly again just so you can see what it's like, but it's quite intuitive once you start to play with it. So the simple method where I just lay down a few of those patterns. And we'll try that same thing, but I'll repeat it a couple of times. And let's hear that. So it's really that easy. I mean, there's not much to say about it. You just kind of do exactly what you think you want to hear, and it generally comes out that way. It's really cool because it's quite unwieldy to have 6 taps and try to set those up manually. This way you can just think of a song, the song you're about to play, or think of a really cool rhythm that goes with that, strum it out in SmartStrum, and you'll find your delays really match the song really well. Another thing I just want to mention briefly is that pattern that you created, it acts like any of the patterns that shipped with the box, meaning that you can store that pattern in a preset. I can also change the timing of that pattern. Let's just show you what I mean by that. So listen to that pattern again. And suppose I want to speed that up. And let's hear it now. Okay. Or I can slow it way down. Let's hear what that sounds like. And, you know, if I go to one of the other delay modes, let's try variable speed tape. It still keeps that pattern, but you'll hear the difference as I change the delays while the pattern is being played out. The type of effect you'd expect with a variable speed tape model. Well, that's it for my introduction to using the SmartStrum method for setting your pattern. Thanks for listening.